only 150 people complained. Yeah, I could safely say that. I don't think it was a big deal to most Americans. Talk after hours, you know what it is, man. So look, Willie D has posted something, said Feds sent after Kendrick Lamar. Now, I don't know if this is true. This is what you see the title. You see what it say right there at the top. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what this is about. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? I thought we were done with the whole Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime performance thing. But it appears that some people just can't let it go. Family, these people have filed over 125 complaints with the FCC over Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance at the Super Bowl.
Now, that's not my computer. That's his microphone that's making that sound. So if you can hear it, that's not me, that's his. Well, now he's saying it's the FCC. The censors are always going to have something to say. And it's not even the censors. It's basically the people who want things to be censored. So it's really not the censor people. It's the people who can't stand the fact that Kendrick Lamar is doing these things and they can't really do anything about it. So they run to the censorship, which is crazy to me how they don't try to get censored, like action movies and all these FX shows and all these shows that be lighting people up on the screen right there. They don't try to get none of that censored, but Kendrick Lamar has to be censored in some type of way. It's weird. It's weird to see this, but I want to see if he gets to the Feds thing.
Check this out. Complaints were made about inappropriate lyrics, raunchy dance moves, and apparent anti-American themes, and a few even taking issue with the Drake beef getting thrown into it. Family, the FCC received 125 complaints following KDOT's February 9th performance, and the overwhelming majority of them
I'm not gonna lie to you, 125 complaints ain't that much. There really ain't that much. He broke the record for the most watched Super Bowl and still actually breaking records to this day. And it's so crazy to see a rapper break the record. And people say, well, Jay-Z didn't know who he was picking. This is gonna bomb and all this stuff. But nobody's talking about it, how successful this was. I think the NFL put something up on the X page, how successful it was. The NFL. And all that, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar is supposed to apologize. The NFL apologized to Lil Wayne. That was all cap. I told y'all that was a lie. I told y'all. No, the NFL would not make a statement with media takeout. No, that was a lie. 100% a lie. So right now, he's doing this thing, man. And I want to see, I honestly want to see what he's saying about these people. So let's keep it going.
It was far from family friendly. Check this out, fam. Many in the bunch accused Kendrick of having a potty mouth, only using black performers and being divisive with his set, with several making note of the split American flag visual at one point in the show.
Now you see how this works. And again, I don't stand on any side of the political aisle. I just tell it like it is. I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a Democrat back in the day, but not no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no Republican either. But I tell the truth. And you know what? I'm just going to say, all the people that wanted to get rid of DEI, y'all can't complain about only having black people. You can't complain about it. You can't. Everybody that was on that set, that was in Kendrick's set, was merit based. Every one of them did it because he hired all these people because they was qualified. They was the best dancers out of all these people. The best. They was qualified the best. They didn't want to use DEI to hire these people. You get what I'm saying? So all of y'all that's talking about something, they only use all black people in there. Yeah, who danced the best? Who danced the best? That's all I'm saying.
Plenty of gripes about crouch-grabbing moves throughout the performance as well. At least 10 of the complaints were specifically pissed about Kendrick using his platform to go after his arch nemesis, Drizzy, with one even going as far as claiming he used the moment to focus on a personal vendetta. Critics wrote Kendrick accused Drake of straight up being a pedophile during his rendition of Not Like Us, with one saying Kendrick Lamar made fake, false, and scandalous claims that are unfounded. He said Drake was a pedophile on TV in front of millions of people. Do better. This is a...
That's how I know that person that wrote that comment didn't. And a lot of y'all be writing comments and don't even watch nothing. It's kind of like how people be listening to albums. They don't listen to the album, but then say it's trash or it's corny. It's like a lot of y'all do stuff like that. Y'all do stuff like that. You literally sitting here saying that he called him a pedophile on television, which he didn't. They even explicitly blocked the pedophile bar out. Certified lover boy, certified, they blocked that out. So when he's saying that he called him that on TV, that's a lie. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all be so obsessed with just, how would I say this? Y'all be so obsessed with putting shame on people and throwing shame on people just so y'all can feel better about yourselves. That's all y'all do. That's all y'all do.
Sad day. Kendrick wasn't the only one targeted. Serena Williams was scolded for being involved and promoting gang affiliation. And there were 2 complaints about Kanye West's commercial that aired in 3 markets. Family, I just reported to you a bunch of people who have nothing to do with their life. Who the hell sits around writing the FCC after a Super Bowl halftime performance? The cuss words that they say he used, whatever language Kendrick Lamar used during that halftime performance, pales in comparison to what they and their kids hear on a daily basis. That's right, I said it. They're acting like they're concerned about the youth. They're concerned about the young people's impressionable ears. But they don't give a damn about the young people's impressionable ears when they're cussing them out at school.
See, I never fall into that when people say that they care about the youth and people impressionable views on their kids and stuff like that. I don't listen to that, because there's a certain community where y'all don't push back on them and y'all allow them to say whatever they want. So I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you're talking about when you say, oh, well, this is a bad impression. Yeah. And you believe certain things that should not be believed. That's how I look at it. So I don't care what they talking about when they say these certain things. I really don't care.
They're cussing them out at home. I can guarantee you the people who wrote those letters to the FCC has heard far worse than Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. They have heard far worse. Their mama, their daddy, their sisters, their brothers, their children have heard far worse. And they didn't have to even leave home to hear it. I can guarantee you that. This is a bunch of entitled people. This is a bunch of racist people. That
I don't know about that one. I don't know. Look, this is what I'm going to say. Just because you have a disagreement with a black person doesn't make you racist. If they felt as though that his performance to them wasn't good, that doesn't make them racist, in my opinion. That don't make them racist. Now, when they start labeling certain things, then that's a different story. But if they say, I ain't like it, that don't make them racist. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I don't know. We don't know if this was all black, all white people that did that. There's a lot of black people who hate Kendrick, bro. There's a lot of black people who side with Drake because they hate Kendrick. So I don't really necessarily agree that this is just racist people sitting around writing to the FCC. No, I think there's a lot of people. All the people that I think wrote to the FCC was Drake fans, and I think they hate Kendrick. I think they were Drake fans. They hate Kendrick. Maybe a couple of them wasn't, but I can almost guarantee, in my opinion, most of them, probably a good portion, maybe 80% of them, probably was Drake fans. And the reason why I say that, is mostly Drake fans, because it wasn't that many complaints. It wasn't that many. 100 and something complaints ain't a lot of complaints. When you talking about 5,000, 10,000, that's a lot of complaints. But 100 and something complaints ain't a lot of complaints. That's what makes me believe that it was maybe a small subsection of some certain people, but mostly probably Drake fans.
That's right. I said it. I called a spade a spade. Yeah. We know what it's about. Hell, you mean he only had black people? We don't say nothing when it's only everybody else but a black person. We just keep it moving. If they like it, we love it. Just keep it moving. That's that entitlement. Well, he needs to have somebody other than. What they really want to say is he should have had somebody in there white. We need to see some white people. We got to see some white people. We don't see no white people, it's gonna be some trouble.
I understand what he's saying, but there's one thing I notice about us. Anybody that's racist, whether it's white people, black people, anybody that has a hate people for their skin color or whatever, but we still got to work together somehow, some way. You can't get around that. You know who organized most of this? Probably was white people. Probably was like certain things they organized. Probably was white people who put the stage together. So it wasn't because white people wasn't on the stage. There was some white people somewhere that worked on this. It's got to be. It wasn't just all black people who did. Maybe the choreography was probably black. The dancers is black. Yes. Kendrick, the performer's black. But the people who built the stage, the people who probably organized certain things, yeah, most likely was white. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, believe you ain't gonna do something and white people ain't gonna be involved. They're gonna be in somehow, some way, down to somewhere. You're gonna have to buy something from them, somehow, some way. That's all I'm saying. Well, let's keep going.
See, that's what that was about. They ain't fooling nobody. You told on yourself. Every last one of y'all who wrote the letter told on yourself. Last one of y'all who complained. Yeah, every one of you non-blacks who complained told on yourself. And some of you blacks told on yourselves too. Yeah. For anyone that's keeping score, Rihanna's show in 2024 resulted in just over 100 complaints, while Jennifer Lopez and Shakira's 2020 halftime performance raked in over 1,300 complaints. But you didn't really hear anything about it, did you?
The Rihanna one, no. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, absolutely. Definitely heard about that. That's the one when they was shaking their butt and everybody was complaining. Yes, absolutely heard about that. Now, 1,300 versus 100 and something. You could just say on average 100 and something. Let's just say if we're talking racism in America, right? And one black man performed at the Super Bowl, and only 100 and let's just say he said 150. I don't remember the exact number. Just say 100. On only 150 people complained out of 100 million, which 130 million, 35 or 39 million people who watched it. Only 150 people complained. Yeah, I could safely say that I don't think it was a big deal to most Americans. You know what I'm saying? I do believe people was online talking about it and they wanted to spread a narrative. But I think a lot of the narratives that and mostly conservative outlets that was spreading the narrative, it really didn't work. It didn't go nowhere because people didn't really feel that way. They felt like it was, a lot of people did feel like it was artistic expression. A lot of people felt like certain things that America need to see. So you know, but that Shakira thing, yeah, that was pretty big.
I wonder why. Anyway, fam, moving on. I did a little math for you. Out of the 133.5 million people who watched the Super Bowl halftime performance, only 125 wrote formal complaints to the FCC. That's 0.00009363%. Can anybody say irrelevant?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I definitely think that when it comes to Kendrick. Now I didn't hear him say anything about the feds. I was looking, he said the feds sent after Kendrick. So I don't know if he meant the FCC sent after Kendrick, or maybe he put that as just a click title. I don't know. But you see it for yourself on the title. And when you see the video, you'll see it. But yeah, as far as that goes, I definitely think a lot of people starting to appreciate it more than they did before. I think a lot of people are starting to come around to it and watch it again and say, okay, now I understand. But again, there was a narrative being pushed by conservatives and certain people on the right were saying that Super Bowl performance was divisive and they didn't care for it and all this stuff. And I just say to myself, don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house, because number one, it's a bunch of I would say, and I'm even going to go as far as saying they're divisive, because I don't think that Kendrick Lamar performance was divisive at all. I just think he expressed how he felt about America. But there's a lot of artists who are on the right that y'all support that some could say that is divisive. But me personally, I like music in general. I don't really care I don't care about political parties when it comes to music. I just like artistic expression. And whether it's Kid Rock or Kendrick Lamar, it doesn't matter to me. Whether it's Adam Calhoun down to Playboy Cardi, you know what I'm saying? Tom McDonald to Jay-Z. I just like music, man. I try not to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Tom McDonald, if you want to talk divisive on certain things, he's definitely that. You know what I'm saying? He declares his side. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's from Canada, but he reps America. But me personally, so I'm saying, like, I don't really get too deep into that because it's just not a good thing in my opinion. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have yourself a good one. See y'all. Peace. Bye.